voice now. And can you hear me now, guys? There's a bit of a delay. My thumb works. Thank you very much. Okay. Yes, excellent. Fire your producer. LT, you're fired. Now, let me just get Discord up. And what I'm looking for is a nice volunteer to come in here and chat. Thanks, Valve. There are just so many flipping windows you have to have open that it's just almost impossible to keep track of it all. Right, so I've got my Discord. So, anyone going to come in and join me? Start us off. I sound like a commercial. Hi, is this first NASA payroll? I got the latest check. Thanks, mate. Volunteer or victim? Right, step forward, that volunteer. Mr. Logical Troglodyte. Come on, you know you want to, pal. What's wrong with your keyboard, philosopher? I've got a nice friendly Discord server waiting for anyone. And now, which way are we? Wow, hello, hello.
You needing a volunteer then?
I am indeed. Good evening, Mr. Tattie-Bogle.
Oh, peachy peachy.
You can hear me okay? Tatty, can you hear me okay? Hello, Tatty, can you hear me okay? I don't know if anyone can hear Tatty. And Logical.
You ring.
Good evening, sir.
How are you, Mr. Sensible?
I'm
Tattie-Bogle,
fine.
Yeah, slight delay on it, man.
Tatty, can you hear us now?
Well, he may if he gets the potatoes out of his ears.
Let me just type up on here. Tatty, we can hear you. And also, LT. Can everyone out there hear both me, LT, and Tatty?
Well, if I said something, they could probably hear me. Yeah. Hello. Hi.
Well, according to Mr. Philosopher of Nonsense, we are 5 by 5. I feel you, sir.
So sweet.
Hold on, you don't hear me. People don't hear me.
Selective hearing, possibly?
Hold on. Oh, hi all, Mr. Sensible, all good. I think we got everyone. This is a flipping nightmare trying to juggle this lot.
Right, we'll try this again.
Hiya, Teddy. I hear you. Do you not hear me? Yeah, Mr. Sensible, you're right. Live streaming and being your producer could make a man go bald. This is why when I do my live subscriber specials on my channel and the stuff on Logic and Reason and on the shills, we have somebody in the background playing with all the dials and bells, so we don't have to.
How's it going, man?
Tatty, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Nope.
No.
Get new batteries for your hearing aid, Teddy.
Hola, colon. Anyway, so how's it going, Logical?
Oh, you know, it's been busy like you wouldn't believe, but now that a couple of things have gotten out of the way, it can start calming down. Maybe I can pay attention to making a few more videos. I've been neglecting that aspect a little bit lately.
Oh dear, oh dear. But I'll tell you what I was thinking. You know that certain project you have coming up?
Yes, it's not secret. We don't have to use code.
Oh, right. Well, I just didn't want to drop anything, and I'll be as careful as I can anyway. But what I wanted to say is the bits I've had little sneak previews on are absolutely stunning. I cannot believe the amount of work you put into it.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's why it takes, it takes time to put that kind of stuff together. That standby card you're talking about,
Yes,
that's
yes.
actually like six videos in one. So I had to make all the PNG files for transparent backgrounds of all the different poses of the animations, and then each one of those things are its own separate green screen video that I had to make, with all those little PNG files. So yeah, that by itself was a 5-hour process.
My goodness. I'm afraid I'm cheap, fast, and sensible.
Nothing wrong with that.
So, Tatty, are you in here, sir? I think Tatty's got some problems.
More than likely, what he's doing is he's using voice meter in Discord, and they don't always play well together.
Right. Okay. And I'm having fun and games because with YouTube Live, as soon as you start to sort of create the live stream, it seems to go live immediately before you're ready, and then of course there's a delay, so you're not sure if you're live when you start the video, and yeah, nightmare.
Yeah, hence the standby cards.
Yes, but I screwed up the standby card tonight.
Worser things have happened.
Oh yeah, like what?
Oh, well, I don't know. Take your pick. My first marriage, enlistment in the U.S. military,
Okay.
dropping out of school and getting married. And I don't know, man. The list goes on.
And I do hope that you're not mad. If Babe's troglodyte happened to mention a pass I made at her.
I read that. I was laughing my tushy off. That was so funny.
Oh, she's great. I hope that she got at least a couple more subs out of the link anyway.
Oh, she did, and definitely appreciated. Uh, she, she said when I first started her channel for the Troglodyte News and the Idiot Reports, I don't want my own channel. But now that it's been growing and it's over 100 subs now, she's turned into a little YouTube diva. I
Oh.
always wanted to check her messages and her subs. It's like, you got bit by the bug, sweetie.
So when's she live streaming then?
Oh no, God, I don't know why she is so shy to go live with just a phone and a microphone. This is a woman who did the live community playhouse for years in our hometown. To me, that's more frightening than this.
Oh. A philosopher of nonsense just asked if Tatty's just got thrown off by Earth's 15-degree drift. Are you in here, Tatty?
Well, I don't know. It could be the trans-dimensional portal screwing up again. Every time I broadcast from Cave Town in our era, it does occasionally mess with somebody else's technology to get through the portal properly.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what doesn't help. Tatty, you got your mic switched off.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got that so he can figure out buttons.
What the hell's going wrong, yeah? Anyway, everyone, I just want to say I really, really appreciate the hundreds of kind comments I got on my 1K special. Absolutely amazing. Cannot believe it. Sorry, go on, Lodge.
Oh, I was just gonna say that was a great video. Congratulations on the 1K subs. Definitely, you deserve it. The content you're putting out is smashing, and and it's consistent. You put it out a lot. I'm actually a little jealous of the amount of videos you put out, per month compared to what I do. So you have definitely earned your stripes.
Why, thank you, sir. But there's a big difference. I can find a video, and when I do it via OBS, when I do it via OBS, sorry, I'm getting feedback. When I do it via OBS, I could just pause, comment, so that is so quick.
Well, yeah, but you still have that witty, charismatic personality that you can't learn. You know, that's just all you.
Well, you can learn it with about 50 years experience. Hey, Tatty, are you here now, sir?
He's pretending to be a sunset. He's just giving us the green flash once in a while.
Yeah, Dick's just talking about the echo. I think I'm getting the echo back via Tatty.
I hadn't heard one yet, but okay.
Yeah, well, if I'm speaking and you put your mic on, we can hear that, but that you usually stop. But I think when Tatty comes in, I'm getting it. Tatty, if you've... Oh, he's gone again. I was going to say, Tatty, if you can use headphones or earphones, then we shouldn't be able to hear it so much.
And why is Dick in the live chat and not in here? I know he's not microphone shy.
Come on, Dick. Come on in here. I think there should be a link to my Discord. Ah, rats. Well, there'll be a link to my Discord on all my other videos and apparently not on this one. Dick's saying I've got an echo on both channels. And Dark can hear it. And guys, your audio's a bit low. Let's see. I don't know what I can do about that.
How's that?
Oh, I hear a Tattie-Bogle.
Certainly do. You sound good, Tatty. Can you hear us?
Oh, good stuff, man. Thank Christ to get that sorted. Yep, all good, all good.
Well done. I'm so glad that you're here to join us tonight.
Ah, cool, man. Cool, man. Glad to be joining you.
So how's it going?
It's going not too bad at all, man. Not too bad at all. Yourself?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
And what are you up to then?
At this point in time, I'm in my second week of a 2-week break.
Well, as in holiday from work?
As in holiday from work. It's
yeah.
Wonderful.
Oh, good. Have you actually got plans, or are you just seeing what comes up, which is always nice?
The only plan is don't go into work.
Do you know what? I always wanted to go there.
It's a lovely country, man. It's a lovely country.
Yeah, it's just somewhere. What is it? Somewhere. Was it the end of Blazing Saddles? Where? So hopefully that'll kick back in again. It says it's reconnected.
Cool. There we go. That's us back.
Yep. So, what are we all going to do then? What's the plan?
I've got a box of tiddlywinks.
Anyone got a deck of cards?
I'm not playing strip poker with you again.
You're not playing what?
I'm not playing strip poker with you again.
Thank God for that. Actually, while I think of it, and I will give a shout out a bit later, everybody, in just under 90 minutes, Rider of Dinosaurs has a JM Truth, The Plain Truth fundraising maths video, live premiere out, sorry. So I will give a link to that in a while, and I do want to encourage everyone to watch that because Ryder does have a way of pulling JM to truth. JM Truth to bits, sorry. I've just dropped the link.
Nice one.
Philosopher of nonsense. Any takers on my idea of giving flat earthers free planes if they can navigate with their monopolar map? Casual, of course you can. Let me see if I can get a link from one of my other videos, or if you can pop to one of my other videos. The Discord link is on there. Join the room. You need to jump into the arena. And
Mr. S, I'll send him an invite. Don't worry about it.
Okay, lovely. Thank you. But when you come in, I'll need to just grant you permission to get into the live voice chat called the arena.
Hey, Mr. Sensible, are you in the process of looking for more stupid to point and laugh at?
Always. I've got a folder on my Discord called Vid Suggestions. It doesn't have to be videos. So if you've got any ideas, please feel free to drop them in there. Or email me directly.
Okay.
And that's mr-sensible@hotmail.com.
There you
I
go,
just wanted
Spaceman.
to channel
Check your
today that-
DM in Discord, mate.
Sorry, say again?
He's telling his casual spaceman to check his DM in Discord.
Right, I see Casual. Let me just add a role.
He's already in. Oh, cool.
Yep. Casual, you should be able to come in when you like now. Christopher Bell, as a way of celebrating my 1K subs, me and a friend should reenact the Monty Python cheese shop sketch. I like it, sir. I might have to save that one. Casual, you should be all right to come in whenever you're ready, pal. I haven't lost everyone, have I?
No, still here.
Oh, good. Anyway, I have something very, very secret on the very back burner. Guys, sometime over the next couple months, I'm expecting something very special to happen. And I'm sorry I can't tell you anything about it.
Oh, I think we just have a spaceman arrived on that bombshell.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Spaceman.
Sorry, it took me a little while to get it because I was just sort of like pausing and muting everything else. I didn't want to be responsible for echo.
Yeah, don't shake his hand quite yet. We have to wait till he cools down after re-entry.
No, I just want to say congratulations on your meteoric rise through the subscriber count, and also I've just noticed you're now monetized. I've seen the adverts at the beginning of your stream. So yeah, many congratulations. Honestly, I mean you've absolutely sailed through the subscriber count. I'm over 1K, but I haven't got enough watch hours to be monetized yet, so I'm extremely jealous.
Oh, listen, Casual, thank you so much. That means so much to me. It really, really does. And like I said a little earlier, I don't know if you were on the stream or not then, the amount of incredibly kind comments I've had on that 1K special vid, it's just overwhelming. Even Mrs. Sensible, I caught her going through reading the comments because she thought it was so nice.
Yeah, I mean, it only seemed like a couple of weeks ago when you hit 1K, didn't you? Was it 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, something?
What, 1K?
Yeah.
It was. Oh, it wasn't.
I may be doing a stream for 1K. I thought, didn't you? And it felt like it was only 1-2 weeks ago.
No, the 1K. I'm just going to try and open up another window. The 1K was a pre-recorded video. I think I passed the 1K on sort of the Tuesday, and I did a video to put out on the Friday. I think that was it.
Yeah. How long ago was that then?
I'm just going to check the dates for you. Playlists.
I've noticed that you have your own personal pet Flurf troll, Mr. Sensible. Well done.
What, Mr. Knobman Bobman, Nobby Bob?
Yeah.
But do you know what?
Yeah, not bad,
He's a
Bob.
fun little guy.
Do you know what? On my 1K special, he just put a short message that said, "Hey, congratulations, well done," which I thought was really nice. Yes, yes.
Bless him.
Fair play to him, man. Fair play to him.
Right, my
I may have
1K
to make it a
special.
little easier on him after that.
Oh, my 1K special came out 6th of September. So I passed 1K about 3 days before that.
And it's only the 9th of September, and now you're at what? You're at
1460. It's on the screen now.
1460. Wow.
That is just about obscene, man.
Well,
Anyway, I'm meant to say hello, Logical. Hello, Tatty as well. How are you?
Hey, spaceman.
Hey, days, man. I know I wasn't going to be offended or anything. I've got some pretty thick skin. But hi.
Oh, you're very thick-skinned. You have to be, carrying that club around.
You know, if you're gonna,
Unless it chafes a bit, does it?
Nah, if you're gonna be a conspiracy debunker, you pretty much have to not give a shit what anybody else.
Oh
thinks.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, I've got Lost Anna saying that I'm more like Creaky's brother. I've also been accused of being Katz's granddad. It's getting quite embarrassing, really.
It's just granddad.
Oh, I don't know. I can see the resemblance.
Yeah.
You know, possibly.
Yeah, there is a certain amount of resemblance there. Yeah.
I thought about asking a certain monkey if he'll style my hair for me.
Oh, I can
think-
see
I-
you
I
wearing
think you-
dreadlocks, actually.
I think you'll only be too pleased to oblige. I'm sure.
Either that or pick fleas. Oi, Chrisma. He said he said what? You mean you aren't his granddad? Oh, aren't I Simon Dan's uncle? Hey, casual LT. I just thought, shave your heads and get subs. That's the answer.
Well, actually, yeah. In real life, I am mostly bald and shave my head, but you know, a bald caveman just wouldn't have the same pizzazz, you know.
Well, I mean, if you can guarantee that's the real answer, then I'm doing it tomorrow. I got my hair cut today, but I'm not exactly bald.
Hey,
I
LT. Sorry, LT. Someone's just said, are you able to turn up your audio or move a bit close to the mic?
I have the mic right in front of my mouth, and I have my gain and volume all the way up. Discord just does not like me. I don't know why.
He's just a very quiet spoken chap. That's what it is.
I was going to say exactly the same. Sorry, Tatty, were you trying to say something, mate?
No. For once in my life, no.
Hey, do you live anywhere near Dell?
I stay probably about 5-6 miles away from Dale.
Really? So why haven't you gone round there and beat the living flat out of him?
Oh Christ, that'd take a hell of a lot of beating that, man.
Oh, I wouldn't be that brave. That is a big bear of a man.
Well, so do you know pretty much, to the closest mile where he lives then, do you?
Yep, I know the scheme that he lives in.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I know the scheme. I don't know 100%, but I'm 95% sure I know the scheme he lives in.
Yeah, that's quite cool. But obviously, I would never want anyone doxed.
No.
It's just not fair, is it?
I did think it was funny this morning. I was watching I forget whose channel it was, but they were out flat smacking in Glasgow, and Dell was in the background and just couldn't resist telling him, "You're doing it wrong."
Did any of you see one of Dell's videos he did, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, about sort of carpet fitters or something like that? Proving the...
No,
I
didn't. No.
But he had this guy with him who had this goatee beard, but it wasn't just an ordinary little goatee beard. It was about, I don't know, 8 or 9 inches long with bands round it, so it looked like a pigtail off his chin. It was really odd.
Yeah, that's like the in thing with that kind of look. I don't know what you call it, like a Viking kind of look with a...
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, stupid.
Well, it's funny. I mean, like early... Sorry, go on ahead, Lodo.
I was going to say bikers here in America do that. They have long beards and then either braid it or put the ponytail holders in it so it doesn't get all knotted up when they're riding.
Well, that's a bit logical, isn't it?
No, I guess. When my son was a baby, he used to grab my beard and yank and pull. I still wear one, but because of that, I keep it very close cropped.
Yeah, mine's pretty short. It's really just very thick stubble. Really, that's all it is. It's not really a full beard.
Well, I find more than a little stubble like I got now, then it just drives me absolutely crazy. I did sort of grow through that till I had, like a Breaking Bad style setup, but it was just too much hassle for me to look after. It's easy for me to forget to shave for a few days and then shave a lot off again. Flint, I've always got cheese, mate.
And not just in your grin either. I mean, okay. Well,
There's a lot of cheese in his videos. A lot of cheese.
Oh yeah, love the cheese.
Guys,
in the right way.
Guys, what do you think then of my YouTube Cheese Award?
Great idea. It's outstanding.
I love it.
Oh dear God, aye.
I can't wait for next year's. Actually, it's gonna, because you did it in your early sort of life of the YouTube. Come next year, it's gonna be a lot bigger, and it'll be a lot more fun, I think.
Well, it will probably be the same bit of cheese. It's a new experiment. See how long it lasts. We'll see how long I can bear it.
Well, being made of processed cheese, it's going to outlive the rest of us. In fact, when this finally turns into the Planet of the Apes, some ape archaeologist is going to find that and be scratching his head saying, what the hell were humans doing?
Philosopher has just said you should make a play button out of cheese. Didn't you just see what's on the wall, mate? Let me go grab it.
Oh, I haven't seen this. This is new then, whatever this is.
Ooh, all tangled up here. I'm holding it up. I haven't cut everyone off, have I?
Nope.
No, good. I'm just nervous.
No, we'll have to wait until there's a delay from what we
There we
see
go.
as well. So
I'm liking that, man.
I was well pleased with that.
Sweet eyes, by the way.
So I'm going to see how long it lasts.
Yeah, when you talked about a cheese award, the other
Oh,
gentleman
brilliant.
here thought you were talking about the your little Academy Award spoof.
Yes. Well,
I guess I was the only one that actually seen your cheese award.
oh, that is so good. I love that slice of cheese we cut into sort of like the play button for.
it
for
worked
YouTube.
well,
Brilliant.
hasn't it? It's worked well.
Where did you have that done, or did you make it, or?
I made it.
Very good.
It. Yeah.
That's excellent. Very well done.
Oh,
Thank
you
you.
mean YouTube didn't really send that to you? I'm crushed. I took you at your word, Mr. Sensible.
I wish they did with 1K. You just get an email saying many congratulations about 2 weeks later, but that's about the height of it.
I was going to say I got one of those. I
Yeah.
was surprised actually. Harry, is it real cheese or plastic? It's real, mate.
Of course. What else would it be?
We spared no expense.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I did. It was a pack of 10 for 59p.
What, from Tesco's or Asda or something?
Forget which it was. I think it was probably Lidl, but I'm not sure. Not sure. Other supermarkets are available.
I just seen Gary from Milo Wight pop in to the voice chat.
Yeah, Gary, when you get your mic and whatever sorted out, just jump in, pal.
Oh,
And if
Gary
I have
Holloway.
to pop off before you are able to talk to us, Gary. It's nothing personal. I have pressing things that I'm procrastinating.
Gary, Isle of Wight actually is not far from my original hometown. I'm just across the Solent from him. I don't know if you know that area, Mr. Sensible, the south of England around.
Yes, I
Solent,
do.
yeah,
Yep.
I used to live just sort of just outside of Southampton, really.
Okay. Yeah, I used to visit friends in Tottenham area.
Oh, Tottenham, yeah, that's part of Southampton, yeah.
Yeah. But
I wish Dick could get in here. I'm starting to feel a little outnumbered being the only North American.
You're amongst the Brits now on the
That's
Scottish.
Yeah, that's okay. I got my back in a corner. I'm watching you.
well, all you got to do is get Babes to come on as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I keep trying to get her to where she'll grab a microphone, but so far no luck.
Oh, well, she'll do a video, but she won't go live. Is that it?
Yeah, it's baby steps. She'll get there.
Of course.
I'll tell you, if she goes live, I can't cut off her halftime Babes report.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, please apologise to her for that.
I think you said boob report. I wasn't quite.
Well, that's actually not far off the truth, though, really, considering her avatar.
Absolutely.
Like I was saying in the chat the other night, I've probably said it a couple of times, I think, on the Shield show. I said, is it wrong that I'm strangely attracted to her avatar? Because I was a bit weird about which one was which? Wilma? No, not Wilma. The other one.
Betty.
in
Betty.
Flintstones.
Oh, yeah.
Betty, yeah, it reminds me of Betty a little bit. So as a kid, there was a strange attraction.
That's your red dwarf coat, that, isn't it?
Sorry, Logical, what were you saying?
She has that same Betty giggle too.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I can't
Nice
wait.
face.
I can't wait for Gary to come in because I've got this story about someone who lived on the Isle of Wight.
Not many stories that come out the Isle of Wight.
Well, I think perhaps I'll just share it and then he can comment when he does come in if he's heard it. I used to work with a guy who was from the Isle of Wight, and he was saying how insular it is, and that there was a guy on there who moved to the island when he was about 18 months old. And at that time, this is going back a few years, at that time he was in his 80s and he was still called the Mainlander.
Yeah, that's right.
Poor bastard.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
he's still a
hometown
blowing.
was kind of like that too. If you weren't born there, no matter how long you lived there, you were always an outsider.
Oh yeah, you're blowing. Yeah. There's a little bit of I live in Northern Ireland now and have done for almost 20 years, and certain towns, especially the villages, the smaller towns and smaller villages around, you kind of looked at as an outsider no matter how long you.
Does anybody know how the Isle of Wight got its name? I don't. I'm just curious.
Nope.
I have never thought about it, to be honest with you. I don't know.
No, because it's no spelt white as in the colour, isn't it? It's
No, it's WIGHT.
GHT.
No, it is. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, WIGHT.
That's
I'm
spelling
sure
of
someone can
white
Google it in the
actually
chat.
means,
Yeah.
that spelling of white actually means evil spirit. Yeah.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay.
Mm.
They're full of evil. They're evil spirits over there. Don't go there.
Or at least a ghost. Kind of like a bogle.
Yes, Flint. Flint Reed, that is Mr. Casual Spaceman on Discord joining in tonight.
Oh, was Flint in the chat as well? I haven't looked at the chat for a bit.
Yeah, it's hard to keep an eye on everything, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've got the wrong push to talk on Discord. I've got it as the tab button, and every time I go onto the browser, it kind of flicks around everywhere because I'm using the tab button.
Tab.
Yeah. Someone said the oldest records that give a name for the Isle of Wight are from the Roman Empire. It was then called Vectis or Vector in Latin, Ictis or Oictis in Greek.
Oictis. Ah, okay, right.
Mm.
It
And
sounds kind of like, yeah.
I think we might be getting some buffering again. Sorry, guys. No, it's
That's
carrying
okay.
on.
And I apologize if my brain went off on a tangent. It does that on a regular basis. Something grabs my attention. I wonder why. It's just me. I'm weird.
No, we're just curious mind. I'm a bit like that as well. I think that's what makes us what we are, really, isn't it? It's curious minds. Curious how stupid flat earthers are in the most part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Curious how to remember to breathe.
my next video, which I hope to get ready for tomorrow night, is something that I thought had died a death many years ago. LT, when you see it, you'll recognise it. But I couldn't believe I've come across someone who's still pushing this crap. But we'll see that tomorrow night.
Oh, I thought the same thing when I saw your psychic surgery video.
Yes.
I remember seeing that on In Search of with Leonard Nimoy back in like 1978, and I thought it was horseshit then, and it still is.
Still
I
horseshit.
thought that died, but just like all of a sudden, all these years later, there it is again.
There seems to be a lot of conspiracies that seem to have died years ago that are all coming back again, isn't it? I mean, mind you, mud floods is a new one on me. I only found out about mud floods about 2 months ago and never heard of it.
Absolutely ridiculous thing, isn't it?
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
That's probably the stupidest one I've ever heard so far.
Stupid is kind of like cockroaches. It'll outlast a nuclear bomb, I think.
But it's funny because we do use words like stupid and all the rest of it, but when you listen to some people, actually, when you get to know them, actually they're quite intelligent people, and that actually worries me a little bit more. I think, but then again, there's a difference between being intelligent and having common sense.
Yeah, and there is a difference between ignorance and stupidity.
Yeah.
In my world, ignorance is
Yeah,
just
yeah, absolutely.
uneducated. That can be fixed. Stupidity is the inability to utilize the information that you've learned in a reasonable way. And more often than not, stupidity is willful.
Yeah, can be. Yeah, but I think ignorance breeds stupidity. At least you get that perception of stupidity. But it depends on how you define stupidity and what it is. But I mean, even there's quite a few flat earthers out there actually quite intelligent. But then again, it's kind of like this thing about common sense. It's just
Not that
use
common.
your common sense. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like Riley. I used to think he was a complete Poe, but I've changed my mind. I think he really believes it, and he's not an ignorant man. He is educated. He's got a law degree for crying out loud. You cannot be stupid and craft the arguments that he crafts in the way that he does it.
Sorry, Logical, you're getting very, very quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, I pretty much heard what he said there, but I think with Riley the problem is it's arrogance mixed with stubbornness.
Oh, most certainly.
He's very arrogant, and he's completely stubborn about what he believes, and he will not be persuaded even with what most people would consider, sound logic. He just won't bring.
Yep, minds are like parachutes. They only operate properly when opened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Thanks for popping my link in chat, Surf. Please, anyone, if you want to join, just pop into the Discord server. I'll actually have to grant permission for you to come into the arena, just so I don't get swamped. It's a protection thing, so it doesn't ever get swamped with trolls.
I can't be that bad. You let me in.
Colon, I do know what you're saying, but I've not adjusted any volumes. But I'll have a look around, see if I can see anything.
I actually got a new microphone. How does my sound? Okay.
Yours sounds absolutely beautiful there, Casual. It's nice and clear and a good volume.
Yeah, coming through lovely on this, man.
Yeah, I did a video earlier on today for the first time with this new microphone, and that seemed to sound okay. I just wasn't sure what it sounded like on Discord and live.
What was that? Were you on your mic that one, aye? That was really beautiful, man.
Yeah, new microphone. Yeah, much better. Oh, my other one was good. It served its purpose for a while, but it was I got a good deal with a boom and all the rest of it as well, and a shock mount and things like that. And and he was very good. But the microphone itself was just a cheap one, but it did serve me well as a start. But now I just needed to improve my audio because I was getting comments and things like that. So I decided to, thanks to my my Patreons, if anybody in my Patreons out there, thank you very, very much, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to buy it.
And while we're at it, oh, sorry, go on, finish off, mate.
No, I was just saying it's a much better quality mic. It's probably the most money I've spent on a microphone, or in fact headphones or anything on that before. So.
What sort of amount have you spent on a mic? Because I was looking at some, but I don't know what I'd need to spend for something reasonable.
Yeah, this one was it was 123, I think it was, all told. It came with a shock mount and a pop guard.
Nice.
Hang on a sec. Let me just get the box and remind myself of the model. Hold on.
Okay, well, I'm just operating with a £15 Logitech webcam. And I think these headphones were about 10 quid off of Amazon. I'm cheap.
Yeah, man after my own heart.
Yes, but you're not easy. You can be one or the other, but if you're both at the same time, we have problems.
Oh, I probably am cheap and easy, Logical.
Yeah, so it's a Rode microphone, and it's an NT1A, and it's got really good noise reduction on it. And it came with a pop shield, a shock mount, quite a long XLR cable, very, very long cable, and also you can get a free 10-year warranty with it as well. It comes with a standard 1-year warranty, and if you register it, you get a 10-year warranty. So
Casual,
be covered for that.
Casual, at your convenience, can you drop me a link in Discord sometime?
Yeah, of course I can. Yeah, it's got it from Amazon. Yeah,
Brilliant,
yeah.
brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it was. It's a good value for money. I think for the quality you get, plus the kit you get with it. So yeah, I'm quite.
Well, I would love to stay and chat longer, but other things are demanding attention. So, Mr. Sensible, thank you for inviting me on. I really just wanted to say congratulations on reaching 1K and your monetization status. It's well earned. Keep up the good work, sir.
Thank you very, very much, Logical. And you know you are always, always welcome. Always.
All right. And to everybody watching in the audience, goodbye. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all.
Night, Logical. Take care.
Catch you later, Logical, man.
Yeah, see you soon. So, Casual, what have you got coming up then that you can tell us about?
Yeah, well, I've decided I kind of felt that I had hit a bit of a crossroads as to my channel, because I was doing a kind of little bit of a fun analysis on my channel last week, and I was looking at what's working and what isn't, and what's happening, and what I felt was that certain of my sort of more informational videos weren't doing particularly well as much as I'd hoped. The views weren't all that great, and they would seem to be the lowest compared to things like live launches and sort of like the odd debunk I do and things like that. So I decided to do a bit of a poll on the community tab. I did a video earlier on today as well, to pointing people towards it. But people seem to be saying that they're quite pleased with it and don't change anything. But I've made a minor change. I'm going to carry on doing what I'm doing. So starting from tomorrow night, I'm going to do a weekly live show, which is going to kind of be a combination of kind of like a channel news thing, plus kind of like more talking about what's happening, in the space exploration, what's happening with SpaceX and all these different things. So I thought I'd do it live, a bit, make it a little bit more interactive. So more or less keeping the same sort of thing, but more live shows, a little bit more active. So it's a slight change in format, but keeping the same sort of stuff that I'm doing as well. So yeah, tomorrow evening, about 11:30 GM, or sorry, BST, I should say, I'm starting a new live show. So yeah, it should be good. We'll see what happens. So I've spent the day getting OBS all set up and looking nice. So kind of rebranding a little bit as well.
Cool.
Well, please drop a link in chat, and if you pass one to me, what I have done after each live is I've put the details and channels of all the guests in the description as a link. Sort of joining me today were. So I'll more than happily do that.
Oh, lovely! Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, I'll do that. I certainly will. Yep.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Tatty, I'm waiting for you to start doing your stuff on YouTube. I think you should start doing something.
That's it, man. I'm just looking for the right kind of subject to start off with, man. To be honest with you, because just about everything's been bloody covered.
This is true.
I don't want to just be sort of imitating or copying other folks.
Well, I mean, you could do pretty much anything. I think the way I found them, and there's lots of people doing what I do, and you get some people are more successful than others, and it's not so much the same content, but it's how they present it.
Aye.
And the character they actually use. So if you try and find something that suits your character, the way you present something, to your own character, then yeah, I think you still could do well.
Good, aye. Well, definitely, I'll forget it a shot, man. As I said, just need to try and find my own wee style in that and just nail it down a wee bit. But definitely be doing something in the nearish future.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching some videos about how to start on YouTube, and how to improve your YouTube content and all the rest of it as well. And one of the things that come out in all of them as well was just be yourself.
Aye, yeah. That's where I get into trouble then.
Would you agree with that, Mr. Sensible? Would you say just be yourself and find your own sort of niche kind of thing?
Well, that's definitely what I've been advised. When I did a couple of different videos, I asked my people, my subs, my commenters, what do you think? And I think without anyone disagreeing, they all said, do what you want to do, because then we'll know that it's something you enjoy. And I just want to give a big shout out to Jane Doe, my first ever $4.99 super chat, who says, congrats on your 1K and monetization. Here's to lots of super chats in your future. Jane Doe, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Well done, Jane. Hey, your first one.
First one. She was always my first.
That's what they all say, don't they?
No, I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
That's wonderful, man. Good stuff.
So what sort of area do you think that you might look at, Tatty, even if you change in the end?
Yeah, Dov. Well, obviously we're going to have a look at Strip It, because Strip It just demands to be shouted at and pointed at and laughed at, and I'm all up for pointing and laughing and shouting at things. And other than that, I'm thinking maybe just a wee kind of a Glasgow view on things.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just for a kind of a weird ass west of Scotland kind of twist to it, just to see exactly what's going on with the world and try and explain to folks exactly how the hell we think and operate in the west of Scotland, which can be kind of interesting.
You're gonna have to point and laugh at Dale, I'm sure, once in a while.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I'll be covering
Fellow-
him once or twice.
No!
fellow countryman and fellow Glaswegian as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, he supports the wrong football team though, so
All right, okay.
yeah,
That could get a bit political. We won't go there.
it could get very political. So no, we'll leave that one there. Now.
I know all about that. I live in Northern Ireland. It's
Yeah.
much the same. So yeah, you know.
So,
That's it, man.
guys, I know very little about this, and you're right. I don't want to get political. I don't get political on my channel. But is it a mix of politics and religion, Tatty?
It's predominantly religion, to be honest with you.
Okay, yeah.
Politics is a poor second relative.
It's kind of gone the opposite way around here in Northern Ireland. Actually, it used to be more about religion, but it's very political now. It's all politics.
So ever since the Good Friday Agreement, it kind of calmed down a wee bit.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, I mean, if it depends on what kind of Brexit we have. Good Friday Agreement might be ripped up into pieces. It might not exist after that. So it just all depends.
It'll be fun. We'll find out soon enough, I suppose.
Oh yeah, and like I said, I'm done with the politics now. I'm very heavily involved with it for nigh on 20, 30 years, but I'm done.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
I mean, I've got to say, and without saying what my views are, I find the whole thing with, well, both Scottish independence and with Brexit, I find it thoroughly fascinating. And I've got strong views, but again, much as in some ways I'd love to get into the channel, I know that you'd upset half the people whichever way you go. So I'm just not going to get into it.
No,
man.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. I coming through Discord and things like that, I've met lots of people that have got all different opposing views than I would have, but I don't really point it out or anything like that. It's just not.
That's no worth it, man.
No,
It's because I think, and the reason why I got out of it was because politics has become so divisive, I think, in this country, and more so in the last 5, 6, 7 years or so than it has that I've ever seen it before. And it's I think it's mostly because of Brexit. It's brought out a whole load of other strong political views, and it's really, it's become very divisive and quite nasty, and that's one of the reasons why I got out of it.
yeah. And Flint reads in chat saying much the same thing. Absolutely. Because some people you can discuss and argue with and then put that to one side. I mean, I've got friends local, and they are the opposite side from me with a view on hunting. And we argue about hunting, done, and then we'll happily sit down for a meal and it's not a problem. But other people can't do that, and they take it personally.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, I think that's what's happened in politics. It's become very personal.
Surf has just said in chat, how much longer am I going? Ride of Dinosaurs premiering in just under an hour. Yes, he is indeed. I've already got his channel up here. Let's just drop the link because there we go. I do want to encourage everyone to go to Rider's premiere. I will definitely be ending in time for that because I want to see it, if nothing else.
Oh, what time's he premiering?
It's now in 50 minutes.
All right, okay, plenty.
So 2200 BST. That's UTC +1.
Cool, man.
Right, very good. I'll have to look at that. I'll definitely go there. I think and have a look. I haven't actually watched Ride of Donaldson's for a few weeks actually.
Yeah, he's been
So many to catch up on.
he's been a little quiet for a while, but I'm glad to see him getting back out there with another JM video. I do love that.
Oh,
I kind of do people's channels in spurts. Really, I've found actually, because I'll watch a few channels over a week at different things, and then I kind of forget about other people's, and then I go back to it, and then I'll watch theirs for a couple of weeks, and it's been much the same with your channel as well, buddy. I haven't watched your videos probably for about a week or so now, so I'll have to catch up on a few now.
I had someone popped into one of my comments and made some comment about one of the videos, and they said that they're actually spending a day at home and having a binge watch of them, which was that was so nice.
Yeah, that's what I do. I tend to do is a lot of people's channels. Yeah, I would do that. Catch up with the whole load.
Because it doesn't take long to get subbed to a bunch of people you like, and then yeah, you can get swamped, can't you? Because there's so much stuff out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what's kind of come to. There's so many people that I actually know that are creators, and it's just catching up with people. You just don't never seem to find the time for the whole week to actually view everybody's.
I know, it's difficult, and I go the same as you, Casual. I suddenly think, oh my goodness, I haven't watched Logical Troglodyte for a while, and then I'll go in and I will catch up on it, and the same with other people. There's just so much good stuff out there.
Yeah.
That's it, man. There's a hell of a lot of good stuff out there now, man.
Yeah.
A lot going on as well.
Did any of you guys pop in on Creaky's live chat last night?
I did for a bit, yeah.
Yeah. I was only there for about the last 10 minutes, unfortunately.
I know he seemed a bit. He seemed quite serious through that stream. Actually, I was a little bit worried about him for a little while. He's don't know what's happening. Whether something's happened with his channel, or I don't know. It could be personal stuff. I don't really know. But I don't know. I kind of get the impression that it looked very serious.
No idea, really. No idea.
No, I don't want to speculate because it could be something personal. So
yeah.
That's that, man.
Globus Schiller's pointing out that it's funny, more and more flat Earth channels, I presume he means flat Earth debunkers, switch to religion. I agree, because I think there's less flat Earth crap out there than there was. What's there is still crap, but there's not quite so much of it. I've ended up doing a couple about strange religions.
Yeah, it's. I find actually the religious flat Earth is probably hard to deal with than I do the non-religious ones. It's just the whole basis of the argument is sort of it's kind of the base of, well, if they get cornered, they tend to sort of fall back and, well, God told me, and it says in the Bible. It's, for me, I'm not a religious person, so for me, I don't really care what it says in the Bible, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of find that a little bit frustrating.
Well, you can't, when you reach that point that you hit faith, there is no argument against it, is there? They either have that faith or they don't. You can't persuade them otherwise.
No, they're not going to shift.
Mm.
I did embarrassing. I sort of let myself down. I was actually on Planetwalk's channel a few nights ago, and I was arguing with a guy that I kind of had a little bit of a thing going for a little while. What was his name? Why You're an Idiot. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Oh yes. I think I did him video number 2 of mine.
Yeah, go back a couple of months ago, he was on Planetwalk's channel, and he basically said, because he was debating, I don't know if you remember Red's Rhetoric, did a series of images of the ISS tracking through the moon, past the moon.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember that. Well, he was basically saying that the moon's a light source, and the ISS is casting a shadow on the moon. So his argument was just, well, you can't cast a shadow on a light source. His argument was, he said he could. So I challenged him over and over and over and over again to prove that you could cast a shadow on a light source, and I did a silly little video showing that you can't, and he didn't understand the difference between a silhouette and a shadow. And I challenged him on that, and he's basically was saying, well, it's one and the same thing. Well, it's not.
No, not even close.
Yeah. So anyway, he appeared back on Planner Walk's channel the other night, and I said to Planner Walk, I said, look, you've got to let me on. I've got to challenge him again. And anyway, we got into a bit of an argument. And there was a particular issue that he would not answer a direct question on. I kept pestering him. I've got to admit, it was a poor decision on my part. I had a bit of a crappy day. I wasn't in the best of moods. And also I had a few beers as well. And I was getting a little bit irate with him, and I lost my temper with him a little bit. Oops, live as well, which is not a good look. So I came back on later on and publicly apologised for my behaviour. And
Well, that's
I was good
nice.
after that, but
That's nice, casual.
I think I had to. It's not. It's not usually me. I don't ever remember actually losing my with all debates I've had with politics. I don't ever remember actually really losing my temper. I probably got a little bit heated at times, but I've never actually lost my temper with somebody before. So yeah, that was the first time. Well, it was just a combination of poor choices, drinking in a bad mood, and getting frustrated with somebody.
Well, the thing is with that whole moon being a light source, how can you have shadows, on the craters? And how the hell can you have phases? Does it just?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. I've said before. I used to go on the flat Earth forums, and the theory there was a thing called moon shramp, which were creatures that lived on the moon. They're creatures that glow, and they migrate across the moon, and that gives you the phases.
Well, I'm not 100% sure what he thinks the moon is, but I think he thinks that it's a hologram.
A hologram.
Yeah.
Yeah, CGI, mate. CGI, definitely.
Yeah. He also believes that the in this I can't remember what it's called, but there's a name for it. It's there was strong belief that apparently many years ago before the flood, there was a giant tree.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah,
I've heard. Yeah.
Nebru or something.
Well,
like
Nibiru
that.
is that planet 10 or whatever, isn't it?
It's Yggdrasil.
Yes, that's the one. YYDD or something.
Yggdrasil. It comes from Norse mythology.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So this and the tree was the thing that created the atmosphere and the pressure gradient apparently.
Yeah.
And before the flood, the earth was ruled by giants and some ordinary people and angels.
Obviously.
Oh fuck it. Of course.
Yeah, and the hieroglyphics they found, a hieroglyphic apparently of an Apache helicopter of ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. You know the one I'm talking.
I know the one you're talking about. I've seen
absolutely freaking bonkers.
Yeah, Harry Warp's just put the name of the tree, Yggdrasil, Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how you say it.
Crazy stuff, and it's really hard because he's absolutely adamant that this has all happened. He has a real strong belief in it, and I don't doubt that he believes all of it. So I think to a certain extent there's probably not very much point in having a debate with him about anything really.
Nah.
Have you seen those people who show pictures? Do you remember the film? Oh gosh, not E.T. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where they end up with that meet with the aliens up that strange sort of cut-off mountain thing.
Yeah.
They think that's the base of a tree trunk.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely nuts.
Fucking Tabletop Mountains.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Tabletop Mountain. That's the base of the giant tree. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And apparently also the scenes of coal that we see across the United States and things like that were all part of a giant roots. Yeah. And the Tabletop Mountain is basically is petrified wood that's magically turned into rock. Okay.
Mental.
Harry Warp was just talking about the helicopter hieroglyphs on the temple of Seti I at Abydos, and Flint Reed's mentioned that the hieroglyph is actually a mix of three. He's absolutely right. They carve symbols,
Yeah,
wanting to
that's right.
reuse it, so they plaster in the carvings and then carve above. And over the hundreds of years, the plasters come out, and so you've got these strange sort of double hieroglyphs.
Yeah. It's just a case of pareidolia. It just ended
Yeah.
up looking like an Apache helicopter.
And it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still pareidolia though, whatever you look at it, and it is kind of the and the argument what I was saying to him was, well, why is it we've only got one hieroglyph that we've actually found, and apparently they're documenting the technology. They had all the technologies we've had now. Apparently they had all those technologies before the flood. So I said, well, what about hieroglyphs for aircraft carriers? What about hieroglyphs for 747s, or hieroglyphs for an iPad or an iPhone or a webcam or a television or anything like that? Oh no! The angels decided what they were going to see or what we weren't going to see. Okay.
Yeah, I came across one. He was showing sort of aerial photographs of. It looked like river systems where you get all the little side streams coming in, and he was saying that these were giant leaves, and that was all the veins of the leaves from this giant tree. I mean, it's just I know it's nuts.
I mean, come on, really?
Yeah,
Really?
really, really.
But it doesn't matter how much you pester them to show them evidence or prove that these tabletop mountains are petrified wood or all these kind of things. They just won't answer. You'll avoid a question, and it never really gets answered. And the fact is that every time he comes to a debate, he proves absolutely nothing, despite the fact that he thinks he's proved everything. He proves things. Apparently, he says, I've done a video on it, therefore it proves it.
But I find him quite obnoxious. Why you are an idiot? Absolutely obnoxious.
Yeah, well, it's. I mean, just his channel name alone.
Yes.
It's kind of like, if you don't believe what he says, then you're an idiot. It's as simple as that. Which is an obnoxious statement to begin with, isn't it? So.
But absolutely. I mean, I've got my views, and some of the things I really strongly think or know that I'm right on. But if you sort of took me somewhere and said, "Look, there's the evidence. You're actually wrong," I would hope I could turn around and say, "Yeah, you're right. I don't. Yeah, sorry, I was wrong." But they can't do that.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be entering into a dialogue with him again, unless I just want to have a bit of fun. In which case, then I think it's a little.
Sorry, you cut off him.
I think I think there's a little point, with the what I call the religious fundamentalists, and it's a bit like as well. I don't know if you remember Right the Hand. Obviously, you got what's his name? Nathan Thompson. Those kind of people. Eric DeBay, he's another one. They're never gonna change. They're never gonna shift. They'll always have those views, and it's ingrained in their very system, isn't it? Their psyche.
So if you had your choice, Casual, your choice of flat earther or similar conspiracy person, your choice to have a discussion with, sat in a pub, let's say, who would you choose?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Someone with deep pockets who can get the rounds in, obviously.
I think. I was going to say Riley there for a minute, but I find him a bit too arrogant, maybe. So maybe not him. Well, there's probably one or two I'd like to meet in a pub for other reasons. To not kind of some sort of sense into them. I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't honestly know. What about you?
I must admit, it probably is Riley in many ways. I agree with what you said earlier. I think he does believe what he says. And the very few dealings I've had with him, I had a couple of back and forth comments, and then we swapped email addresses, finally managed to get in touch, and we had a couple of pleasant emails, I just like to hope, anyway, that in reality he's a nice guy.
I think probably most of them are, probably. But I mean, if you're just saying just having a drink in, but they're not actually having any kind of debate about flat Earth or politics or anything like that, then yeah, quite possibly, Riley, you might be quite an interesting to talk to.
And what about if it was to have a debate, a proper moderated? Hey, if you had a
Not Riley.
proper moderated debate, would you debate with Oakley if it was properly controlled and moderated?
Absolutely not.
Yes.
Oh, I
I
got a
would.
yes and a not.
No chance. No.
If
Did you say Oakley? No, he's a Poe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you think he'd be able to, you know, as I said, in a proper situation where he couldn't do all the talking over, the muting and all that lot, when he's reliant then on evidence and you've got your evidences and
Okay.
you know, do you know what I mean, really embarrass him.
So all he's got is ad hominem attacks. That's all he's got.
Yeah.
And accusing people of fallacies all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly don't know. I mean, he's most certainly is a Poe. He's not. I don't really think he really believes what he's.
I don't think he can.
I just don't. I mean, I would love to see somebody debate him outside of his own channel and away from his mute button and his mates. I would love to see him get destroyed once again. I'd like to see Conspiracy Cats finish him off.
That was funny, wasn't it?
Again, I'd love to see that happen. Like, you know, in a properly moderated, controlled debate. Absolutely.
That would be what TV was watching, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd absolutely love to see that. I'd love to see him just get absolutely destroyed, and I'd love to see the point that he would not have a choice, that you can't just go away, just you know, rage out and just, you know, leave. You'd have to stay for the full 2 hours, or else, you know, that kind of way, locked in a virtual cage, as it were. You know.
Yeah, you don't get out until it's over.
Yeah.
Only one comes out alive.
So yeah, I'd love to see that between him and Conspiracy Cats. That's what I would pay to watch that.
I do like Cats.
Oh, he's brilliant. He's not. I mean, not only is he really clever and and he knows his stuff. He's funny as well on top of it. So
yes. Philosopher of Nonsense has just dropped in the chat. Mark Sargent admitted that he couldn't leave the Flat Earth movement even if he wanted to. I must admit, I can't think how he'd make any sort of living after this. He's just so invested in it. Although I think I saw a trailer for some vid where he's now doing advertising in Australia or something.
Good Christ.
I don't know who's paying him.
Yeah. It was it's a gambling company, Sportsbet. The premise behind it is that the app's that easy to use and that's simple to use that even a flare can.
the only reason why Mark Sargent became so big was that I don't think he's particularly clever, but he's really good. What's the word? Orator. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
He speaks really, really well. And it was that video that he made at the start. I mean, nobody had even heard of him until that video came out. No. It went viral. People got a hold of it, and all of a sudden, he was the king of flat earthers. Really, after that.
But he sort of thinks that he almost brought it back to life. But I mean, I've been following flat earthers, as I said, on this Flat Earth forum for years and years. He's just hit YouTube with it, though.
Yeah, I literally only came. I didn't even think flat earthers even existed until about maybe a bit over a year ago, when I came across a Facebook page. I honestly couldn't believe it. I was absolutely staggered, and at first I thought it was a joke, but no, and it was like, no, there's a flat Earth society and everything.
Yes, that's the one I used to go and look. I was actually just.
I mean, having said that, I do remember some years ago, I remember hearing about the Flat Earth Society, but I kind of got the impression that I was just probably full of a few people from some inner city somewhere, or somewhere out in the country with half a dozen members, and I never thought anything about it. But then I actually found out, a little bit over a year ago, that there is still a big group, and it's growing, that people genuinely thought the Earth is flat. I was like, what?
Well, there's actually two Flat Earth societies. There's the Flat Earth Society and TFES, because they had an argument and split. I just dropped the link to Flat Earth Society in
I heard about that.
in chat. And good evening, Rider of Dinosaurs. I've already put a couple of shouts out for your premiere, which is now coming up in 31 minutes, and I will be closing in time for that because I do want to watch it.
Hey, Ryder. I was just saying a little while ago, Ryder, that I haven't actually watched your videos for a little while tonight, so I'll go to your premiere tonight, and then I'll catch up with a few more of yours, I think. Is he gonna drop us a hint what this is about tonight, or we're just gonna go by the name of the video?
Well, I'm presuming it's about JM Truth. I am so looking forward to seeing this Plain Truth movie.
Oh, your chat's going quite quick.
I was looking at Ryder's premiere and I thought my chat stopped. Of course, it's the top chat on the premiere.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, good evening there, Ryder. Good to see you in here. And we will drop a link to it again and again.
You got 63 watching as well. That's quite good. It's more than I'd.
63. Crumbs, I haven't been watching that.
I think the most I got, I think I was covering a launch one point, and got a bit over 100, and that was just amazing for me. That was fantastic.
Oh, Ryder says that's it. It's about JM, and he's not singing anymore. Quite right. Quite right. We'll find out. We'll find out in half an hour.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just being impatient.
I'm liking that comment from Lisa Irwin there. JM Truth, just my truth.
Yes.
My truth, yeah.
Ryder, you should steal that.
Yeah.
Definitely steal that.
By the way, that is fantastic.
Yeah, so it's so true as well.
Yeah, Ryder, thanks for the DM. I'll pick that up later. Cheers, mate. Oh, it looks like you've got a sale in there. Gary Graham, I've told the wife I need a Riders of Dinosaur t-shirt. If it's good enough for the sarcastic barman, it's good enough for him. Stuck in Florida, thanks ever so much for coming tonight, pal. See you in the chat, in my comments and that, like usual. Cheers, mate.
Are you selling any merch yet, Mr. Sensible?
No, I'm not. Not yet. I have been thinking about it, and I had a couple of ideas. Because I know there's Teespring, and I think is it Cafe Press? I don't know. I've not seen anyone else using that on YouTube actually, but
I came across that cafe, but do you have to pay for that one, or was it free like Teespring?
I don't know because I'd not looked into it deeply. I thought it was a similar sort of model to Teespring, but maybe Teespring have knocked them off the perch as a better way to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Creaky actually on his stream last night was saying that he's ordered stuff from Teespring for himself once or twice.
Yeah.
And he's been waiting over for a month for one thing, and it hasn't taken. So I don't know if anybody else has had. Maybe anybody can say in the chat whether they've seen anything that they've ordered stuff from Teespring and it's taken so long. I don't know.
Yeah, please, if anyone has got any recommendations or bad things to say, bad things, that's the wrong way to put it. If anyone's got any positive or negative comments about Teespring or Cafe Press, if you've bought anything from them, please let me know, because if one of them is bad, I certainly won't go that way. And Flint said we should hang out in Discord while we watch Dino's vid. Well, you can actually go onto his chat, which is running alongside it on the premiere. And I see Harry says Cafe Press is older than Teespring. I think you're absolutely right, because I've seen Cafe Press years ago. I used to have a small business and I looked into doing some Cafe Press things then.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, I'd never heard of them, to be honest with you. I'd have to have a look at it. I was on Teespring a few weeks ago, and I was messing about with some designs, but I couldn't come up with anything that really looked any particularly good. So I kind of gave up on the idea. But I'm still fiddling with the ideas and trying to contemplate what kind of designs I could do. I'm not particularly artistic, to be fair. So I've got to try and get my creative juices on and try and think of something.
Well, I tried to use it and I had a problem. I just uploaded a test graphic and then tried to put some text underneath, but the text doesn't work for me. It pops up with a box and it only ever gets one letter wide, and I can't drag the size of it or the position of it. I just don't know what's going wrong with it. Maybe it's my PC.
Or maybe Cafe Spring's a little bit better, perhaps. Is it Cafe Spring? Is that the
Cafe
right word?
Press.
Cafe Press. Cafe Press. That's it. Yeah. Maybe try that, perhaps. I don't know.
Oh, I think we might have Gary in the chat now. Gary, you hearing us, mate?
And I've just seen Gary Graham. Oh, sorry.
Over an hour, guys.
Hello,
He's
good
been there for
evening.
ages. I was waiting for him to speak.
Can I just interrupt for a second? Because Gary Graham in chats just said to me he does glass engraving. Would I like a glass with my YouTube avatar engraved on it? Gary Graham, that would be absolutely phenomenal. Please pop into my Discord or to DM me or send me an email to mr-sensible@hotmail.com. We can discuss it. That sounds fantastic, mate. Yeah, spot on. Good evening, Gary Isle of Wight.
Good evening, Mr. Sensible.
I'm glad you got yourself sorted and in here, sir.
Well, I've been sat around for about the past maybe 45 minutes or so just listening, but I've been fiddling around on the computer. I've got some videos I've been editing and rendering and whatever, so I'm just publishing some videos now. So, yeah, but it's nice to have you as kind of background, not noise, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Background entertainment sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, background entertainment. That's what I meant to say. I'm glad. Thank you.
So what are you up to then, Gary?
Well, what can I say? I make during the day traveling huts, which are the sort of things that you tow behind steam engines.
Oh yeah.
So you can live in. You know, like Fred Dibner had.
I do indeed, yes.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
so I kind of do that during the day, and I fiddle around with video, and I record music, and mix and produce music as well. Play guitar and bass. So yeah, I'm a very keen photographer. I'm a radio amateur. Yeah, I like lots of things. I'm a very inquisitive person.
Sounds like you've. Yeah. Sorry, Gary Graham. My email address is mr-sensible@hotmail.com. But as Tatty says underneath, you can just drop into my Discord, and you can. To be honest, you can drop a message in probably any of the folders. But if you select me, you should be able to right-click and then choose to message me direct. Thank you, sir. It sounds like you've got several interesting things on the go, then, Gary.
Well, yeah. I don't know what to say really. I mean, I edit my brother's videos for him because my brother's a bit of a tech phobe, and so he goes out does wild camping, and so he films all that, and I put that together for him. I've done 1 or 2 music videos. Yeah, but I've done a lot of stuff. I used to be a programmer. I wrote software for small and medium enterprises.
On what sort of machines?
Well, it was basically Windows machines. So we're talking. We used to use a thing called Navision, which was a big sort of financial database system that you could write add-ons for, so you could customize it for your particular business. So we used to do that. I did some stuff for the Ministry of Defence. I did some stuff for the United States Department of Defence. Yeah, so I've always been very interested in technology and how things work. So cameras, radios, computers, televisions, all that kind of stuff. I just love it. So that's my background, really.
Yeah, I've heard Gary actually talking. I think on PlannerWorks debate. I think if I remember rightly. I think weren't you talking about how radio waves work and all the rest of it?
Well, yeah, because radio waves are all born equal. So a radio wave at 150 kilohertz will work very differently from a radio wave at 145 megahertz.
Sorry, Gary. Gary, we're getting lots of sort of puffy voice into the mic.
Oh, hang on a minute. What I've got, which is very convenient, if I take the There we go. If I take the front off of one of my speakers and speak through that, has that made a difference?
That's perfect.
Yeah, because it's acoustically transparent, of course. So
Yes.
the microphone's now behind one of my speaker covers. So yeah, when these idiots go on about the radio wave thing, and especially that FE core thing microwave test, I mean, really, come on.
Yes.
Of course they get refracted by the atmosphere. It's called, we get tropospheric refraction. It's called a temperature inversion. So yeah, it makes me laugh. I chuckle to myself when these people spout off about stuff. I mean, I've been doing photography for over 40 years, and I've been into radio for as long as I can remember. And so when they go on about refraction and compression zones and diffraction and no, you've got it all wrong. You have no idea. And then when they go on about radio waves, especially this microwave test, I'm thinking, for Christ's sake, come on. Under the right conditions, a microwave signal will travel for hundreds, if not thousands of miles. It's not just a point-to-point thing. Under normal conditions it is, but when you get some tropo happening, your signal can travel for miles, hundreds of miles, thousands of miles. So yeah, it just makes me chuckle. They do, because they have no idea what they're talking about.
That actually reminds me. Did you see that thing that I think it was Simon Dan did?
The towers.
Yeah, the old BT towers.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Do you
a good
remember
one,
that?
wasn't it? That was very funny. Yeah, I
Did you
enjoyed
see that,
that.
Gary? Yeah?
Gary? Yeah.
Yes, I did indeed. Yeah, they haven't heard of things called repeaters.
The
On-
fact
on-
between
on-
Birmingham,
on
between
radio.
Birmingham and London, there's dozens of repeaters.
Of course there are. Of course there are. We have repeaters on amateur radio. They are designed, built, and financed by amateur radio operators. There's nothing commercial about it. These people do this stuff for fun, and they'll put it on the top of a building in the middle of a city, and it will receive your signal on one frequency and transmit it on another one. So you can talk to somebody 50 miles away that you wouldn't normally be able to talk to on VHF. You know?
I mean, that guy on that video was so insistent that it had to be a line of sight between Birmingham and London, didn't it? It was.
Yep, that's right. And he was so wrong. He has no idea what he's talking about. Dunning-Kruger springs to mind.
Yeah. Yeah, so Mr. Sensible, so if you want to pick anybody's brains about sort of radio signals and all that kind of stuff, Gary's your man, I think.
Right, I will remember that. Gary, do you have a channel?
Yes, I do. Can I post it in general chat? Would that be okay?
You can drop it. Well, you can drop it on the live chat now. You can drop it onto my channel.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
I'll put it in a live chat. I've got you going on here, so I'll put it on a live chat. Hang on a second.
Because what I also do is in the description, when the video sort of gets processed, I put in a list of who join me on chat and links to their channels as well.
Yeah, you'd only be able to post it if you've got a spanner, though. It's the only thing.
Ah, in which case, Gary, can you just drop it in one of the chat rooms? Drop it in the lounge.
The lounge. Yeah, okay. I'll drop it in the lounge for you. No way.
Thank you, sir. I'll pick that up and put it in the description.
There you go.
Where are we? Right.
I posted mine in there as well.
Okay. Let me just grab both of those. Yeah, I see yours just above casual. Well, I've seen your channel anyway. I've got a link to it. So.
No, that was the link where we're talking about the live stream. Hopefully starting tomorrow in a brand new live stream. I'm going to do a regular basis.
Cool. And I've not been reading chat. Have we got anything going on there? Oh, I've got some guys talking about 100 watt Kenwood TS120-S connected to double delta. I don't know what you're talking about. Adam L, I don't speak radio. Oh, someone's talking about CB radio. No, I remember CB radio. That was fun.
From Adam L. Yes, I made a connection with Australia one day on 100 watts Kenwood TS120S connected to double data antenna from Poland. Yeah, good one. Now, Mr. Adam L., try out JT65. And I have worked from England, from the very south coast of England. I have worked New Zealand, South America, and Australia on 10 milliwatts. 10 milliwatts.
Ah, the good old JT65, yes.
Check it out. It's absolutely brilliant.
Oh, I remember the day I had a CB radio as well. I knew nothing about it, but I had one.
Yeah, I used to have a base station set up in my room.
Yeah, like
CB radio was such fun though, wasn't it? I mean,
great fun. Great fun.
I used to have huge antennas out the back and beams and all sorts. My neighbours used to think it was some kind of government, GCHQ kind of thing going on here. I had so many aerials up.
I just had an aerial that I stuck the base inside a biscuit tin. For some reason, somebody told me that was the best thing to do. I don't know what, but yeah, I had that, and it still worked pretty well. I was talking to people sort of within sort of Hampshire and that sort of range anyway, so it wasn't too bad. And I think it kind of helped as well. I was kind of like where my house was. It was quite an elevated level as well, which kind of helped, I think.
Well, I fastened a dipole area. That is what you call it, isn't it? One up, one down, to the front of the house, and used to really love it.
Yeah, dipoles were a bit of a double-edged sword, to be honest, because a dipole is what is known as a balanced antenna. Because you've got 9 foot up and 9 foot down, it's equals, like an equation.
Yeah.
So it equals the other, yeah? But coaxial cable, the thing you plug in the back of your radio and connect your aerial, is what's called unbalanced. So you're connecting an unbalanced system to a balanced antenna. And you're going to cause all sorts of TVI. You really are.
Cause what? Sorry.
TVI, television interference. Because when the antenna radiates, the outer braid of your coaxial cable will pick that up and re-radiate it and interfere with TVs. So you need to put a thing called a balanced to unbalanced transformer between your coax and your aerial. So yeah, I had dipoles, and yes, I caused TVI all over the place. And my neighbours would be knocking on my door, and the police would be knocking on my door.
Well, I remember we had this sort of magnetic ring that we threaded through the TV aerial, sort of looped it through a couple of times, and that sorted out the problem interfering with our TV. I don't know about the neighbours.
Yeah, that would be like a ferrite ring.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it, and that cancels out the eddy currents and so on and so forth. But yeah, there's all sorts of things you could use. But I mean, now of course, where everything's digital, you have digital TV and whatever. It's not so much of an issue. But
apart from the fact nobody's using CB radio anymore.
Well, you'd be surprised. There are a few around. I mean, I've still got one here. I don't switch it on very often, very rarely at all. But there are still, some people around. And it's not just the local stuff. There are a lot of people that like to use the single sideband side of CB radio, where you can talk to people in other countries by using tropospheric and ionospheric propagation. So it goes for miles. CB radio goes for miles and miles and miles under the right conditions. And so I think most CBers are probably more into that than just talking to rubber duck down the road. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. But I just seen that Stuck in Florida has just subbed your channel after having a quick flick at it and finding it interesting, mate.
Oh, nice one. Yeah, cool. Thanks. Thanks, Stuck in Florida. I mean, you'll see there's not a lot goes on my channel, to be perfectly honest. There's some camping videos on there. There's some shooting videos on there. There's some cooking videos on there. There's one or two flat earth type things on there as well. So I put a video out when I feel like it. And it's a mishmash, my channel. But people enjoy it. There's our band. They're the Lodge Band. Me, myself, my brother John, and so it's just a bit of fun, really. But I put stuff out now and again.
and why not? Guys, I'm thinking that now we are, let's have a look, 11 minutes from Ryder's premiere. I think I'm going to draw this to a close, so I have a time to grab a drink and pop to the loo and whatnot. And
Sounds like a plan.
yeah, I hope that everyone here in chat, please pop into. Oh, hold on, Gary. Let's give you a smile. I've got headphones on. Hold on. Yeah, hopefully that's all right. I'm just going to drop a link to Ryder's video. Here we go. There we go. So please all join Ryder on his premiere JM Truth, the Plain Truth GoFundMe campaign, or fundraising maths, and we know what his maths are like.
Oh.
I dread to think.
Right. Okay. Well, I'd just, I suppose, like to finish by saying thank you ever so much to everyone here who's joined us in chat, everyone who's viewed and not joined in, but please next time be a bit braver, come on in. And a big thanks to, well, we had Logical Troglodyte earlier, we've now got Casual Spaceman, Gary Isle of Wight and Tattie-Bogle. I really appreciate you coming in here, guys.
Yeah, before you go,
yeah,
many congratulations again
oh,
on such a rapid rise in subscribers, and it's very well deserved. And I hope you enjoy your monetization, and you can sort of put that towards better stuff and making it even better as well. So
that's the
look
plan.
forward to see it to 2,000 in a few weeks' time, I'm sure.
Absolutely, man.
Cheers, and thanks, Tatty, as well.
Absolutely, no, I'd definitely like to echo that, man. That's been fantastic, just sitting and watching your channel grow, mate. It's been astounding.
And you, Tatty, have been one of my earliest commenters, right from the early days, about 3 months ago.
That's it, man. Oh, I mind it well, man. I mind it well. It's fun.
Okay, thank you ever so much, everybody, for joining us today. I should have a video out tomorrow. I will drop links to these guys in the description a little later on if you want to come back and get them if you haven't got them already.
Nice one.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Yeah, thanks,
Goodbye.
Thanks for having me on tonight. And
my pleasure, Gary. Yeah, definitely. We'll catch you all soon. And I'm going to say goodnight and go with the outro. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Cheerio.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Yeah, that's fantastic. That is. I must say before I go as well, just to let you know, in the lounge, I've posted a link to that microphone from Amazon. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mr. Sensible? Can you hear me, Mr. Sensible?